Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. It is a Thursday night. It's about to be a serious winter storm up here in the upper DMV. And so tomorrow, I don't know what's going to go down. I don't know, electricity and all this kind of stuff. But it was really strange. Today I was feeling really nostalgic. And I wanted to dedicate a video to not just to y'all, which I normally do, and any of y'all that want to shout out, leave in the comment section below. I would be more than welcome to do that each time I do a video. I would love to do that. But I wanted to give a shout out to artists, specifically artists that I actually really know. And I wanted to showcase a little bit of things about them that connect with my world. Because each of them individually have inspired me to be a better artist than myself. Even though I'm a movie critic, even though like I'm a director, and even though like I love technology and innovation in and of itself is something that I love to strive towards. It's the people that are around me that help me embody that characteristic. And so I got a few people that I'm just gonna name. These are not all. I might actually do another one of these lists, but I'm gonna go off a couple names for you so you can kind of get into my world. And I think it started off with my cousin, which I'll get into later, that I saw some piece of work that he had did, and I was like, I had no idea his involvement with this specific thing, and I'll go into that in a second. But the first one I'd like to go into would be Tia. Just a quick excerpt. So this movie right here, this is a Blu-ray, DVD, Blu-ray or DVD. So the name of this is Star Wars: The Dark Awakening. Okay, this is a feature film that her friends and other colleagues, they got actors together, they got a script together, they made the props, they made the actual lightsabers, they made the costumes, and they just went for it. And then midway during, their VFX or the special effects person just dropped out. And so her and her main companion had to get together literally to make this work. And the interesting thing about it is, regardless of the finished act or whatever, it's like their efforts in and of itself were so inspiring because they went for it. As a matter of fact, they showcased their movie at AwesomeCon that I actually went to in DC, and I actually connected with her. I told her about like some of the struggles that I had kind of gone through with the two movies that I'd worked on, and we instantly connected. And I was actually supposed to help out with her sequel follow-up film that's going to be named The Dark Awakening 2, The End of Light. And I think that one is going to be something seriously special. But the thing about her is that no matter adversity or situation that's going on, they still went for it. They still showed love about it. Not just that, I love her dedication to the craft in and of itself. And like, she's actually one of the actors, and as well as she's the director. And so it was like when she had to present herself in front of everybody and people were kind of looking at her film and kind of assessing what was going on and kind of trying to pick it apart and stuff like that, like critics do. It was like she stood strong with it. And one of the things I wanted to do while I was at AwesomeCon was just talk about the things that I loved about it, regardless of what other people were saying. And she definitely was an inspiration. And if you see some of the excerpts from her right here, you can kind of see like where they come from, as well as I think what I'll probably do, I'll do an official review for this. I told her that I was going to do it. I apologize to you if you end up looking at this, but I think I'm going to really just go for it. And I'm also going to do a reaction trailer for her new sequel, The End of Light, and I do that as an authentic thing just for Tia because she's awesome. She's freaking awesome. And but a lot, like some of her actors, they actually gave me like pictures and signed it for themselves, and like some of the artwork is actually pretty awesome. Like you can see this Tia right here. It's crazy, right? This dude is a freaking MMA fighter, and we connected later on. But either way, it's just like, just from meeting her, it was like it was a lot that went from that. The next person I would like to shout out would definitely have to be Sean Turrentine. If y'all saw my War Room review, that is Sean. Sean is a hard-working man. Like, he works full-time. He's now going into an inspired career, not just with IT, but as well as his own business. The dude has his own line of things that he has to create, whether it be shirts, whether it be photography-based projects, whether it be just art in general. The dude is enveloped with art in his bones. It's insane. It's like he looks at something and he sees this prospect of it and he just goes for it. And as you can see, some of the stuff right here, it's really inspiring, some of the things that I've seen him do. He's even taken photography from me and Joe. Like, he's gonna actually be a part of some of the stuff that we're gonna do as far as the channel is concerned. Maybe get y'all some t-shirts. I don't know if he's down for that. Sorry, Sean, if you're not, it's all good. I don't care. Cause you're just awesome, man. Like he just had a little girl, man, like just last year, like his first child. He's actually younger than me. And it's like he's a superhero, man. Like he loves the art craft of not just drawing or photography, but just art in general. And he strives to better himself. And he's his own worst critic. But I'm telling you, man, like he's gonna shine. He's gonna shine in a deeper way. And I think not just in the IT field, but in the way he's gonna touch people's lives, because he's also an awesome man of God. And like some of the Bible studies we actually led for years, actually now, I've led it with him, and he's been an inspiration in that. So I really appreciate him and his wife Victoria. Shout out to you, Vic, and little Naomi. If you ever see this and know who I am, love you, girl. But anyway, the next person who I'm gonna pick is gonna be, he's definitely not gonna think I'm gonna be talking about him, is Enrique Garcia. Enrique is that dude. The man he loves so much. Enrique is studying abroad to be a mechanical engineer, okay, first off. But he's an expert in anything car related. The dude can not only fix cars, but he strives to perfect the craft. Like, he's worked in all these different kind of jobs just to perfect his craft. But now he's already gone to school, now going back to school all over again just to pursue this degree, as well as, like, I know he has so many prospects of life in general and having commitment to a family. He's always going pushing and pulling as to what he needs to do, what's the right thing to do, and he's going to God about a lot of things in his life right now that I'm keeping him in prayer for, prayerfully, but he's been an inspiration to me, as well as, like, he's actually really good when it comes to painting. Like, he's painted a couple different things, but the only thing I'm going to show y'all is this longboard that he actually was working on. It was like 3 of them, and he did just some really good stuff. But it's like, to me, he identifies with 2 different things when it comes to an artist. Like, he's got the passion, he's got the love, but not the tortured artist necessarily, but it's like there is backstory to him, as well as everybody I've just listed off, Sean and Tia. Like, they have real history behind them that brought them to the place that they are now. But it's like, for him, my hope is, and my prayer is, that he's gonna be able to not only connect with his craft as an artist, as a mechanical engineer in general, but also with people and having his own family and wife and children, and it's gonna work in his favor in Jesus' name. That's one of the things I'm really praying for him. Awesome dude, though. Next person, of course, most of y'all know him, is Jor-Els Alexandria. The dude is a beast. I mean, like, when I first actually started talking to Jor-Els, it was ironic because I saw one thing he had did. It was really strange scope. I think it was like, I don't know, it was really interesting CG, and I thought it was like a science fiction film or something like that, and I was like, dude, this looks pretty awesome. And then we connected back and forth, and finally we started collaborating together. And ever since then, it's been like, this dude's like a younger brother for me, man. Like, he's really driven. And that's the thing about every great director, every great writer. They have to be self-motivated, self-driven to furthering themselves and not just staying conceptualized. Because if you kind of stay idle, like, you're not gonna go anywhere, and that's not him at all. Like, he looks at numbers and he's like, I gotta do this. He looks at, man, this was awesome, but then we gotta condense it down so we can be quicker, you know. And I mean, he's already got, like, the first movie, Satori, did amazing. It's at, like, what, 15,000 views already. I keep telling him, if y'all leave in the comment section below, tell Jor-Els to put his film at the Sundance Theater, because I'm telling you, it could make some waves. He made the soundtrack himself, so he's not just a director, but he's also a person that does the score and music. He's a magician. One of his films that he's working on for years to come now is the 1585 And that's gonna be insane. Oh, is it 1540? I can't remember. Sorry, Joe. But that's gonna be really insane. Like I did a reaction to that trailer, and now he's got like a whole nother movie he's working on, Ocean the Grey, and it's like this is gonna be a sci-fi picture. And like I looked at this first concept picture for that, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And last thing I heard is he was talking about the ship that they were literally making, and I was like, what? And the dude, he's driven, he's a good soul, he's insane, just as insane as I am. But he's awesome people, and it's really inspiring to watch him work and get into his element. And I know he's going to be highly successful, not just in the film industry, but just as an artist in general. And that's one of the things I keep on trying to stress, is that artists are not just defined by music or genre, but like what they do, how they emulate, and where they push into. And that's what I would like to aspire to be a better artist in and of itself, not just a critic, not just IT nerd, but an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, an artist can be anything in the way that they pursue in life in a certain kind of extent and the way they're driven. Of course, I have to talk about my brother. He's gonna hate me for this, but Joe Johnson, y'all don't know, this is the exclusive, straight up. Joe, every night, this dude is working on animation projects. This dude is like conceptualizing like buildings, or like tanks, or like guns, or like people, or like creations of things that we're working on. Like we had a concept art that I told Joe, I was like, look, can you draw this concept art? This dude starts sculpting, animating it. And like you can see some of the pictures here that he doesn't know I took behind his back. But the dude, he's so driven and he's so inspired. I think the only problem about Joe is he's so driven is that nobody sees what he's truly capable of, to me. And like, I know that this guy, like, he easily right now could be working for like Naughty Dog or Disney Pixar or whatever. And I think that he's going to get to that point. But I'm telling y'all, in the comment sections below, tell Joe, like, give him a shout out. And I'm going to link, and you can see the video right here. This is a video actually of one of his reels that he did back in school. Not even now, but in school. And it's actually really good. This is all him, all his animation. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave in the description bar below a link to his YouTube page, as well as some of the stuff that he's done. But as well as that, you know what, I'm going to actually leave links to Tia, Jor-Els as well, because they actually got pages, as well as I'm also going to leave something for Sean Turntine as well. And I mean, Joe is just so talented. He's like one of my best friends. Like, the dude is a trooper. Like, he works full time, does his YouTube thing with me when he can, and then all night and all day he's just slaving in doing this. And I was just like, Joe, what are you making this for? And he's like, I'm just making it. And I was like, you're a tortured artist. I was like, are you destroying your work? Do I have to save that artwork? But anyway, last but not least, I'd have to give it up to my cousin Kareem. Kareem, I've known, he actually was one of the first ones that actually taught me how to drive, believe it or not. I'm not gonna say how old I was. But like, I've always, when I was younger, was really inspired by him because he loved video games and he loved movies and stuff like that. And I was like, man, what do you do? He's like, I work with, you know, cartoon industry, or I work with the video game industry. I was like, dude, I want to so do that. That was my words back then. And then kind of he moved away, but we still kept in contact, right? And it was crazy. Today, I was looking up a game that I bought, okay? And I don't know if I can actually find it. Where is it? It's got to be over here somewhere. Hold on. So this game right here just cost $3, right? I looked, and I was going up with some of the behind the scenes development of how they actually did the world building, because the physics is just insane. The explosions are crazy. It's amazing. I just bought, matter of fact, Avalanche, they also made this game that I just bought as well, Mad Max. And I mean, both of those games, the last 2 games I bought, ironically. But what I didn't know is that Avalanche actually had a special world builder. So basically the land in and of itself, the vastness of the land, was developed by this senior world builder by the name of Kareem, who's actually my cousin. And like, I was sitting there looking at like the developer bit, I was like, yo, and you can see it right there. Like, I was flipping out, and I was like so encouraged. I was like, I have to give this dude a shout out because, yo, cuz you are doing your job, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, now, like, he's got like a family going, and like he's living up north as well, and it's just inspiring to see. Even though I haven't connected with him in a while, I'm just inspired by it all over again. It's just like I was captivated as being a kid all over again, and that really inspired me to do this because, like I said, in and of itself, an artist will always be an artist, no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing. And he embodied that for me with this. And there's definitely a lot of more artists in my life that like inspire me and stuff like that. I think notably, actually, a huge shout out to my brother-in-law, Sean. This is his birthday today. Happy birthday, bro. Love you, man. Just his dedication to God, man. Like, he, in a lot of different ways, showed me what it would look like to be a man of God. I knew how to be a man, and I knew how to be tough, and I knew how to take care of myself, but to look at myself as a man of God, you know, and how I interacted with the things that I'm good at or my craft is the reason and how I'm able to talk to y'all in a certain kind of way. And like how I treat women, or even like how I carry myself in a lot of different ways. Like I learned it from just watching him and being close to him. And I think that there's an art form in that because he is a minister, but yet at the same exact time, like he also served his country and he actually was in the military, he works for all these different kind of things. And it's just like, I was like, how do you live two lives like that? Like I literally saw him as a superhero because I was like, this difference of duality. Like I was like, how does it not tear you up apart? And he's like, I can't do anything short of God. And that's how I'm able to maintain how I'm doing what I'm doing, working full time, doing this, and as well as all the things that I love to do. And it helps create me into being a better artist. And I think that I have to give him acknowledgement in that. So, but yeah, shout out to Sean. Happy birthday, man. Shoot, as well as my freaking uncle, man. My uncle, I know this is coming off really strange. I apologize, but I have to give these people shout outs because they help mold me to who I am. And I think it makes me feel better really acknowledging it. And my uncle, like, I would not have a movie collection without him because he was the one each, year, each summer would allow me to go into his man cave and just like dub down on binging watching movies. And I don't think I'd ever collect movies if it wasn't for him. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, y'all, I know I'm getting sentimental, but I feel like these are the important times to do it because, believe it or not, I've actually been dealing with a lot of health stuff that has been overbearing, that's been over hard, and it's been really stressful. And stress manifests physically. You have to acknowledge the things that are most important. And I felt like this was a really good time to do it. And hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. And shout out, like I said, to everybody I acknowledge in this video. Y'all are amazing people. I thank God for y'all. I pray blessings upon y'all. As well as anybody that's watching this, like if you have something inspiring in you, let it pour out. And anybody that has motivated you in that, acknowledge it and just use it as fuel and fire to pursue what dreams God's put in your heart. So that's all I got to say. Y'all have a good one. This is SEL0220 representing JVS. Thank you, Lord God. Peace, y'all.